Six Nations is back. Can Italy win the Six Nations? Or can they upset the other five teams, any of the other five teams in this year's Six Nations? If you're wondering why I'm wearing a Springbok jersey, I said since the World Cup, I'm wearing this jersey until someone takes the Webb Ellis off South Africa, off the Springboks. But if you want to send me your country's jersey, I'll wear it. That's the bet we can make. Hit the comments. If you want to send me your country's jersey, let's make it happen. Can Italy win the Six Nations or upset a couple of teams? New head coach Gonzalo Quesada, I think that's how you say it, he's named his first squad for the Six Nations. He's named 5 uncapped players. They're all forwards. Exciting stuff. Like I said, can they win the Six Nations? I don't know if that's the right question to be asking for this Italian side. I think it's more around how many teams can they upset. And I don't think it should necessarily be upset, but how many games they can win. Yeah, no one's expecting them to win, but each year Italy have gotten better and better. The players that they're selecting, a core group of players, each year one more player has been added to the household names, if that makes sense. They've got a good, strong group of players in the squad that a lot of people in the rugby world are now keeping their eyes on. They've had a tough World Cup. I mean, it's tough when you're playing against New Zealand and France. They're in your pool, and you have to try and beat one of them to get out. So they would want to kind of forget about the World Cup in a sense and try and put a bit of respect on their names in this year's Six Nation series. So looking at the forwards, 5 uncapped forwards named. I'm picking out a massive inclusion for Italy, a South African Exeter player, man, Ross Vincent, big 7 flank, been causing havoc in the Premiership for Exeter, and ex-Bishops, man, so from Cape Town, right next to Newlands Stadium. Boys live and breathe rugby down there. How good. One of the 5 uncapped players to be named. Again, looking in the forwards, they'll be looking to someone like Daniello Fischetti. Big man in the front row. Again, one of the masters of the dark arts. They just know what's happening in the front. If no one else knows, they know. But I think it's more along the lines of how well he does off the ball. Yes, he's ball carrying, very strong, but man has got an engine on him for a front rower. He gets around the park. He's almost like another hooker, if you can make that comparison. Does really well off the ball, strong on defense, and then, like I said, a strong ball carrier, and they use the likes of him to get go-forward ball. Then looking at Sebastian Negri, he's also one of their stalwarts, has been there for a while, but their go-to man with carrying the ball, getting over the advantage line. They look to someone like him off the back of the line out, off the 9, just busting it up or coming around second, third phase to hit the advantage line. Also, he's someone that kind of puts the forward pack on his back and kind of leads by example in a way. I think it's super important for this Italian side, especially the forwards, for them to lay as good a foundation as they can to set up space for these backs, because this is where their potential fire lies, is in the back line. That, I think, is their biggest job. I think the coach goes in with a game plan of, let's set the platform for our backs to cook. Let's let our backs cook. Let's do what we have to do up front, win our first phase, and let the backs cook. Because, man, there's back line. I don't know where to start, but of these, when I was speaking about household names, guys like Paolo Gabisi, Tommaso Allen, Monty Ioane, Angie Capozzo, like these guys are now becoming household names. And back in the day, it was only the Bergamascos and I'm losing. I've lost his name. The big eight. Sergio Parisi. That's it. That used to be the only household names for Italy, but now there's more and more as they're coming through. And for me, the standout out of this squad is Angie Capozzo. Man is an absolute weapon. There's not much of him. Burst onto the international scene in that Wales game. I think it was last year, where he caught the ball. I think it was maybe 10 minutes to go. They were just behind. They needed a try to kind of win it. Caught the ball at fullback, seized up, looked up, where can I go? Stepped off his left to go down the blind side. And what these new players, and kind of all confident players do, is just can't back themselves. So when they make a decision, it's just go. You can see he makes that step, guns down the blind side, breaks through, inside, outside, beats a defender. Defender's coming across, draws the player, and Padovani scores under the post. Like, one of the best try assists, one of the greatest try assists ever, if not the greatest try assist ever. And that's when he burst onto the scene. And it's just been quality ever since. So they'll be looking to him to be setting up their tries. Someone like Tommaso Allen as well, been there. Tommy Allen's been there for ages. Deadly off the boot. Garbisi at 10 as well. Great off the boot. Great kicking in general. But it's more, I think, the passion he brings. See when something good happens or when something bad happens, just that energy that he brings to the side is something they really, really look to. He directs them around the park really well. And each year, I feel like he's grown in confidence. The longer they give him that 10 jersey, the better. Just let that man cook at 10. He's been great for them there. So like I said, obviously Monty Ioane as well, been growing form each and every time he puts on that Italian jersey. He's been great. So that little contingent of players in that back line has been really good for them. Can they win the Six Nations? Like I said before, I don't know if that's the right question for this Italian squad. They would be asking that themselves because they want to be sitting big goals. But for me, it'll be more, can they upset a couple of teams? And I think with this squad, they can. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this squad, how you think they'll go. First up versus England will be a tough fixture. But you never know, man. You never know. Hit that like, subscribe, guys. I'm covering all the Six Nations this year. And I'll see you next time. Bye.